Let's move on now. India versus South Africa. Like I said in my introduction, the Indians beat them in the one-day series. They beat the South Africans 5-1. And then in the T20 series, a three-match T20 series, the Indians once again got off to a magnificent start by beating the South Africans by 28 runs. Let's kick it off, gentlemen, with India's top order. And once again, it was the left-hander Shikhar Dhawan scoring 79 in very quick time. He's been in magnificent form, Shikhar Dhawan. And the best thing about him, Zaidi Saab, is that he gets his runs all over the world and he gets them consistently.
Ali, 5-1 in the ODI series. So this victory is consequential. I mean, it is based on that victory. They were simply butchered, the South Africans. I think Pakistan won a series against them in the past, but not this way. I mean, Shikhar Dhawan, you mentioned, batted brilliantly well. And cricket lovers in South Africa, they will be remembering his knocks for the coming years. And their bowlers, well, B. Kumar has been superb, and in every match you have got a new Indian bowler picking up wickets.
I mean, just looking at this game, they got off to a blistering start in the first 6 overs. I think they had reached 100 runs by the 8th over, something like that. Rohit Sharma also got off to a rollicking start. Suresh Raina came in and played a little cameo, but then they slowed down a little bit. That was mainly largely because the South Africans bowled a little bit better. At one point, it looked as if they were going to get 220, 230, but the score that they got over 200. That was good enough. If they were asked at the toss, you're going to get 204, they'd take it any day.
Well, it was a wonderful match to watch, a high-scoring match from the Indian sides, and how wonderful is it to watch Indian batsmen bang those South African bowlers. What a beautiful innings that Dhawan played. It was a great innings. India obviously got off to the start. They had the confidence they needed, and the players, obviously world-class players, playing world-class cricket.
It's India's top order, really. I think maybe their middle order, we're not quite sure how their middle order is going to go, because the top order has been doing all the work.
Yes, they have been in superb touch, I tell you. Shikhar Dhawan and others, Sharma and Virat Kohli at number 3. Then the pick of Indian batsmen. But let's see, once they visit England, they will find different types of wickets. In this series, South Africans, I was amazed. They were, in fact, preparing wickets which suit the Indian bowlers. That was strange.
I think not in the test matches, though. Not in the tests.
No, I'm talking about...
Yeah, and in the one-dayers now, you usually get flat pitches. You know, we've got to be fair here, Munib. I think, you know, some people would be saying that they created flat pitches, so it was... it was better for the Indians. So you see how one-day cricket has changed over the last couple of years. I mean, you get flat decks all over the world. Let's just face it, India are a better side than South Africa right now.
And that sums it up. India has played beautiful cricket. India, I wouldn't really say that the pitches helped India out. It's the players that are playing
on the most difficult wicket in the 3rd test match. They beat South Africa.
Exactly.
So let's put things into perspective.
Exactly. India has played magnificently, and we have to accept that. We have to accept that they are playing like world-class cricket. They're good. They're good at what they do.
And then you talked about their bowlers again, you know, such skillful bowlers. I mean, Jasprit Bumrah getting Yorkers in just at the right time, at the death. And then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I mean, he just improving. He's got such a great deal of skill. He knows exactly where to land them, and he was rewarded with 5 wickets.
And still, they have got Shami in their side, and Shami was not playing in this match.
Shami didn't play. Yeah.
Well, so they have got a battery of fast medium bowlers. And now India can really think about toppling the number 1 position. They are already at number 1, but for a longer time, they will not let any other side.
I mean, I remember, Munib, there was a time where India just couldn't bowl at the death, and I remember Sunil Gavaskar on commentary saying when they were being hit around in the last 10 overs of a one-day match, Gavaskar would say, when are the Indian bowlers going to learn? And you remember in the night, a very skillful bowler like Javigal Srinath used to struggle at the death. Then they produced bowlers like Harvinder Singh and Dabashish Mohanty, and they'd get all excited about them. But these bowlers have got a great deal of skill.
Are you referring to Nandu?
No. I'm referring to a right-arm medium bowler called Harvinder Singh.
There was another Balwinder Singh, Sandhu.
Yeah, that was before. I'm talking about this right-arm medium bowler, and I remember he played against Pakistan in Toronto. So yeah, so what I'm saying is that these fast bowlers, right, they've got a great deal of skill, And Bumrah and Kumar play in all formats. So you've got to give them credit. I mean, what they used in the series has been tremendous.
The improvement we've seen in Indian team in the past, India's strength used to be the batting, we remember that, and bowling never used to be the strength of India. And even if we're talking all around, in the fielding, in the field, if you talk about this, isn't that much strong. But I'd say that India is that one team in the entire cricket nations that has learned from its mistakes, and it has improved its cricket all over.
If you remember, in the 70s or 60s, India always depended on Bishan Singh Bedi, Prasanna, and then there was Raghavan, and the fourth one,
Venkat, Venkat, Prasanna, Bishan Singh Bedi, Chandrasekhar.
And then there were Hirwanis who picked up so many wickets but faded away. India still is persisting with spinners. They have got some very good spinners. They might not be that of quality of Hirwanis or what you call Bhagwat.
But different times as well, you know, and they've adapted to the times. And one of the reasons why their spinners are successful, why were they successful in the one-day series? Because they were well supported by their fast bowlers. Let's talk about the South Africans, failing in every single batting, bowling, and most surprisingly, fielding. I mean, it's just strange to see them, you know, performing like this. It's very odd at home as well.
I guess it's the pressure they've taken on top of their heads about India. India has been great in their past series. They've defeated great sides. I would say they've demolished great sides. And I guess it's the pressure that the South Africans have taken. It's a young team, and they're just not being able to completely take over their conscience and playing good cricket.
I think, you know, with de Kock not doing well in the Test series, and then he was injured, and Klaassen had to come in. Hashim Amla not in the best form. A.B. de Villiers came late in the one-day series. He didn't really make an impact. So yeah, and Faf du Plessis, of course, their captain not there. Markram having to come in and captain. So yeah, it didn't really help. But their bowling as well, I mean, it just looked all very pedestrian.
Angedi did not bowl very well as he was expected to. Well, Rabada was good, but in short spells, he was not picking up that number of wickets which South Africa required to demolish Indians. Well, on the other hand, I think Indians were much better when we compared the Indian spinners with South African spinners.
No doubt about that. And I think, you know, J.P. Duminy, he hasn't been performing for quite some time. He captained this T20 side. I think the South Africans have got to do something about that. They've got plenty of talent. It wouldn't be a bad idea to sit J.P. Duminy out. He's been looking all over the place.
Ali, as Munib was saying, Indians, they excelled in the fielding. Well, on the other hand, the South Africans' fielding, it was nosediving. Some of the easiest of catches, they were dropped by South Africans. You don't expect the Proteas to drop the catches. So I think this was a difference between two sides too.
It is odd because they set new standards in the '92 World Cup with Jonty Rhodes diving around all over the place. They even had Peter Kirsten in there, was a magnificent fielder. So, I mean, seeing an Indian side outfield South Africa on their soil, it just shows how times change so fast.
It's unbelievable, actually, honestly. India, as I said, India has improved magnificently. India has improved their cricket. They have understood the need of improving the cricket. On the other hand, I guess South Africa had just got their attitude in the way, maybe because they believe that we are a great side. But you have to prove that, I guess, in every match. As Kohli says, that he plays every match as a new match and as his last match. So that's, I guess, the difference is between the thinking.
Yeah, and the captain's energy, you know, that's got to help a lot. The boys see how hard Virat Kohli works and they follow suit. And then he's got MS Dhoni there with him. I mean, the transition was smooth. He's constantly giving Virat Kohli advice, saying, Chico, idhar nahi, idhar, like, you know, constantly doing that, helping out the spinners. So there's a lot of cohesion there. It's working, this unit is working very well together.
The relation between the board, BCCI and the cricket team is also polite. And I guess the teams, those leaders, the captains who are not performing well, I guess it's because there is some disturbances between the relations between the board and the players, I believe. That could be one reason behind the lack of performance.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I'm just watching them play cricket right now and they're doing splendidly. They'll be meeting England soon, so there'll be a lot of questions asked. People will be wondering, will they be able to pull off the same sort of performance against England? In the way they're going now, I think that they just might.
They have performed very well before the English tour. And you know, Pakistan will also be there.
In May, yeah.
Yes, in May. And I'm expecting that Indian batsmen, they have started playing brilliant cricket. I don't think English wickets will be that much, it will create that much a crisis for Indian batting.
Well, I hope they select, I really want to see this kid bat, Pant, this left-hander. I can't remember which IPL side he played for. I think it was Delhi Daredevils, but I could be wrong. He's a very exciting batsman, and I hope they pick him when they play the one-dayers in England. I'd love to see him bat. Let's move on now to the Trans-Tasman Tri-Series. The game in Hamilton, England just managed to win that one.